Alright guys, another module was sent in today. Porsche Macan 2015, I believe it is. Customer is, I blocked it out, but let's just say Jackson. So let's see what we have here. It's my understanding that the customer sent in a key that was purchased online, keyless go. So here's the authorization slip. Let's take a look here. Yes, it's a 2015 Macan Turbo. Here's the module, and here is the key. First thing I'm going to do is, alright, so it appears that the key has power here. First thing I'm going to do is go ahead and test the module. Here is the customer's module. Let's see if we can get a good read on this. Let's get that to focus. Maybe it can't. 315 megahertz. Wow, I can't focus. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is test the current key. So this is the BCM tester. So what we're looking here, or looking for here, is to see it'll turn green if this key is programmed to this module. So it's not programmed, it's not doing anything, not recognizing the key. The remote part, it's just staying red here. Now I'm going to test the simulated ignition. And what it's going to do is run a series of tests to see if this key or the chip inside the key will start the vehicle. Okay. As expected, it did not. It failed. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's red here. It failed. Alright, so let's get on to the programming now. Let's go ahead and plug in the programmer. Now I'm going to test this key. Just to make sure it's a blank key. Because it is aftermarket, you can't really reflash the aftermarket. So let's see here. Alright, so that's good. It's telling me it's not learned, and it's 315 megahertz. Let's just test that to make sure. So I'm going to do a frequency test here. Alright. Alright, 315 there. Alright, 315 on the unlock. And about 314 on the trunk. So it's fine for right now. I have stickers here for the VIN number. Alright, let's go and start programming. So we're going to open up the software. And here we have the module. You probably can't see that chip, but I'm going to zoom in on it. I'll take out my magnifying glass here just to see which chip we have on here. And it is the 5M48H. 5M48H. Right, so you can see here, we're going to have to go with this one, the 5M48H, which is the second one there. That's the type of chip that's on this model. And I'm just going to double check and confirm. 5M48H. Go ahead and make my connections here. Let's go ahead and start programming. Alright, so it's telling me to connect the board, which I have done so already. And now it's telling me to check which type of chip is next to the main chip. If it's a ceramic chip or a crystal chip, and for this board it was ceramic. So I'm just making sure that all my settings are correct. Now what it's going to do is it's going to test all of the connection points just to make sure that it's connected to the board properly. You can probably see the red over here. Alright, so I have one bad connection right down here, so I need to reseat the board. Go ahead and recheck the pins. It's still telling me I have a bad connection. The EXT. Okay, so let's try this again. Alright, let's go ahead and recheck the connection. Alright, so now it's telling me that my EXT connection, all connections are good at this point, so now I'm going to continue on. Alright, it's telling me that the chip is decrypted, and as you can see over here, it's reading it now at this point. It's decrypting the chip, and this is where you want to make sure. So it's telling me that I've selected the 5M48H, and that the actual chip is the 5M48H/1N35H, which is good. So we're going to continue at this point, and now it's going to read the P-flash data. This takes a little while, so probably take about 2 minutes or so. Once we read the P-flash data, the last two files that are read off of this board is the EEPROM and the D-flash. Those are pretty quick. But this P-flash should take us maybe 1.5 to 2 minutes. On this aftermarket key, it's not the greatest of signals, but it will work. The distance itself from the original key away from the car when pressing on the buttons, the distance won't be as good. But as long as the customer is near, then this key should work. Okay, this key is blank. I don't see the customer's original key in their key blade. So what I'll do is I'll get with him. If he can send me a picture of his original key blade, I would be able to cut this one just from the picture that he sent. Even though this is aftermarket, AliExpress, I believe, is where the customer got it. The key feels decent in hand. So it should be okay. The only thing it does not have is the panic button on the back, as a Porsche normally should. Alright, we're now at about 90% reading the P-flash data, so shouldn't be too much longer. Bring it up to the camera here. And we're at 98%, 99. All right. So now what it's going to do is it's uploading the file. And then it's going to save the data to my phone. So at this point I have a backup of the original file and original key data. Okay, now it's going to read the EEPROM, which is the key data, and the D flash. This is pretty quick. So it's 3 files in total, guys: P flash, D flash, and EEPROM data. Now it's going to save this to my phone here. All right, so now here's the VIN of the car, which matches what the customer sent me. I see data on, or 2 keys stored into the system, key 1 and 2. The rest, indicated by these Fs, are all blank. Okay, so I'm going to continue at this point. Alrighty, now at this point, it's looking for me to connect the key to the programmer. So let's do that. So I'm just going to unhook this here, and we're going to connect the key programmer or key reader along with the blank key. Hit OK. So now it's going to read the key data, that blank key that the customer sent. Alright, so there's the current key ending in 0824, key ID. Now at this point it's asking me where do I want to program it, into which slot. We'll just pick 5. So we're going to program the key into slot number 5. Hit continue. So it's going to reread the key data at this point. And now it's going to start programming that key. Alright, so it's saying please store the D flash file after adding the new key, which I will do so. Here are the backup files that it's creating. Now it's telling me to connect the programmer back to the actual board, which we'll do. So I'm going to remove the key and the key programmer, and now I'm going to connect back to the board. Alright, hit OK. It's going to recheck the pins now, just to make sure I still have a good connection on the board, as you can probably see in the background over here. Alright, there's 7, 8 connection points, all are good, so I'm going to continue on. Now it's telling me, or it's showing me, that my key ending in 0824 is in slot number 5. I'm going to hit continue. Now it's going to decrypt the customer's or the BCM chip again, and it's going to write the data now to the BCM. Alright, now it's verifying that the chip took the information, or the BCM took the information. Adding key is complete. Please install back into the BCM and check the key. Alright, generating the logs. Here's my backup files. The process is now complete, guys. Now that the process is complete, I'm going to disconnect the programmer from the BCM. the BCM screwed back down. Now I'm going to go back to the BCM tester. Right, here's our original key, or here is the customer's key. Now let's go ahead and test this BCM. So here we have the BCM, guys. Let's go ahead and test the remote. I'm going to test all buttons to make sure that the BCM recognizes it, so that when the customer presses his unlock, lock, and trunk, it will do so on the car. Let's check. Okay. All right, there we go. All right, so we can see that, hopefully you can see right there, here's your pass and here's your fail. So now when the customer presses remote, it's showing that it's passing for the unlock. Let's try the lock. All right, so the lock would work on the car. Now let's try the button, the boot trunk. That also works. Now what you guys want to see, or what the customer would like, is for the key to actually start the vehicle. So we're going to put it in the simulator for ignition. Press start test. Now it's going to test to see if this key will actually start the car. What we don't want to see is red. What we do want to see is green. Alright, so we have green, guys, which is our pass. Okay, we're good to go. Let's try the, yep, there we go. Yep. Alright, perfect. Alright, that's all. So this key is now working for this BCM. I'll pack up everything and then ship it right back out to the customer tomorrow. So he should get that in 1 to 2 days from Atlanta. Thanks, guys. Another successful 2015 Macan.